Good morning, everybody. So today I am going to show everybody how I set up my 2019 Hobonichi Techo Cousin Avec edition. If you want to see a flip through of what it looked like before, I do have that uploaded. It's pretty much the same as last year. There's been some minimal changes, but it's still the same great Hobonichi layout that we know and love. So just kind of getting down into how I set mine up. I definitely rolled over some techniques from last year, and I'm trying out a couple of new things for this 6-month set. So I didn't do anything with the month layout. Maybe going forward, I'll use it as a tracker for one particular thing. My friend Taylor Ann uses it to track when she wants to post on YouTube and when she actually does. So that's a really good thing to think of. For my tracker page, I'm using this same really cool kind of, I don't know, diagonal cubed technique that I used last time. I just think it looks really pretty. Let me see if I can see. It turns out really cute. So things that I always track on a monthly basis. I always track if I hit 10,000 steps. I always track my power hours. I always track my water and calories, my medicine, my workouts. After that, I kind of play with it and I track different things. So right now I'm tracking Project Life because that's part of my resolutions this year to get through a lot more Project Life. Organizing is another big thing. So I tracked that in January. No takeout. I track it, but it's kind of hard because sometimes I'll view Whole Foods as groceries and sometimes I view it as takeout. So it just depends. I think it's a difficult thing to track, and I think for me it's definitely a money suck that I do love takeout, but I eat expensive takeout, like good for you, healthy takeout, not Taco Bell. So I don't know. I'm not tracking it this month for sure. And then tracking was something I was tracking because I'm a bad tracker. That's like a tongue twister in of itself. So this month, we're in February. I'm a little late in doing this video. Sorry, guys. I'm a little late doing it because I was still doing my 2018 Hobonichi, which I'm going to try to do a video flip through of a little bit later today. I was doing my 1 line a day, so I wasn't as concentrated on tracking and giving this the love it needed. So this month I'm tracking all my normal things, but reading and no ET mode. So I don't know if you've seen the meme of where it's like laying in my bed in the morning and thinking about getting dressed and being awesome, and then it's the picture of ET when they dress him up. And I think I feel like that a lot of the time because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna look really cute, I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna do my makeup, end up wearing yoga pants, a messy bun, and a sweatshirt. So I kind of want to get out of that habit because it's lazy, it's comfortable, and that's wonderful, but it definitely makes me feel better about myself to like put myself together. So I'm really focusing on that this month. I haven't laid out the trackers in the rest of the boxes. I'll do that closer to the end of the month. I think that helps me decide what I'm going to track. Maybe I'll put my main things in there and leave space for the other things. I'm not sure yet. Normally down here, I write myself like a little note of how I feel like the month went, good, bad, and ugly, and I haven't done that for January yet. This page is your next 6-month set. It's a really good space to put events and dates, and that's what I use it for. I just block out the little checklist kind of looking thing. I block that out, and I need to pull from my old Hobonichi and kind of fill in. So I'll do that. So this is the December page. How I said I did like a line by line. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So this. I forgot that there was a December one here. So that being said, I had to cover it. And I thought that this turned out really pretty. It's going to be kind of like a mixed media page. I'll be excited to see what it becomes, but that was just me kind of prepping it. So My monthly layouts I use for the same thing. I use this side column to track bills, what paycheck pays what bills. And then I use the monthly spread to track fitness stuff. So in January, I pre-wrote it, which makes it kind of difficult because if I have to move stuff around, it starts to get sloppy. So this month, I'm trying a new thing of I'm going to chart at the bottom of my week spread what workout I want to do, and then I'll put the actual one in here so I can actually see what days I skipped, which would be really helpful. I didn't do any painting to the January page. I did to the February, obviously. It's so pretty. I used the Jane Davenport watercolors that I got over Christmas. There's this really pretty like gold shimmery effect that yellow has, so I love that. I didn't do anything to March. Also at the bottom down here, I kind of use it, you can see in January, I kind of used it to chart some things I know that might happen, or bills that are not a monthly thing that I could probably pay off or get rid of. And then in pencil, sometimes I write like my savings or anything else that might happen. So I didn't really do anything for March or April. I did do this pretty green for May. I really love this. And then I did this for June. I think I'm going to try to draw like succulents or something like that over it. I'd really like to play some more with the watercolors. Maybe I'll do that later today because I love playing with watercolors. Especially the Jane Davenport ones. They're fantastic. The pigment is great. The pricing is great. The tins are great. I actually never move them like off my desk because they're so little and portable. There's no reason to really put them away. And they're great. I will continue to buy her watercolors until the cows come home. And the great thing about it is, yes, I have these little wrappers on my desk because I'm going to do something with them. It will tell you what it conforms to. So if you run out and you have to go to her website, you know what you're looking for, whether it's in Jane Davenport language or the actual vendor that she uses, which I think is great. So fun side note. Didn't do anything for July, and I really won't because July will be my one line a day as I flip over, and I do have to write myself a note that the June one a days will start in the other. So June and July, let's see, June, July, and December and January are the only time of the year that I carry 2 Hobonichis at one time, and that's such a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. So, for my weekly layouts, I'm really trying not to decorate them. I'm trying to use them effectively, and I'm still having some issues with that. I love the hour by hour that it has. And what I've gotten into a bad habit of doing is kind of creating these little like to-dos. Instead of doing this hour, this hour, it's making me a lot less effective because I'm like, oh, you only have these 5 things to do today, so you have all day to do it, which is not good. So it's causing me to have to flip backwards and look at last week's tasks and catch up on stuff. So my new idea is that whenever I've finished all the tasks on a to-do week like this, is to fold it back and pin it. And so it's making me a little crazy because I have pages and pages and pages of things that I still need to do or that I'm waiting on. Yes, share was last week. Yeah, a little over a week ago, and it was wonderful. That was the only real decoration I did for January. I got a little bit of a sticker thing going on. But this is what I was talking about for my workouts, like writing down what I wanted to do. And then I'll be able to transfer it over. Things that I have kind of kept normal is putting people's birthdays up at the top. I definitely want to kind of use the bottom for fitness. I did that in my Happy Planner too, though. I used that bottom block. So I think it's just kind of ingrained in me to do it like that. I definitely want to keep using this sidebar as a weekly to-do list. I think that's great. But I think my biggest challenge is going to be going back to using an hour by hour format, and I think that's going to make me a lot more effective. I didn't really do a lot of decorating the pages. Like there's a couple here and there that I pre-did. So I did this the week of my birthday just because I thought it was so pretty. And I wanted to play with the Jane Davenport stamps. I did this stamp for the week of a really good friend of mine's birthday. We're exactly 2 weeks apart. I don't like this. I don't like how that spread turned out at all. I don't like decorating my weekly spreads unless it's with like really simple planner stickers, I found out. I just like it clean so that it's easy to work with. I'm just flipping through these pages too, just so you guys can see that it's basically blank. Nothing's happening. But this is a setup video, so this isn't a fun flip through of any kind in that regard. Sorry. So turning the page to a new year. I wrote a letter to myself at the end of the last book, so I didn't need to use these pages. I will probably washi tape that out somehow, some way, or paint over it and write something at the end of this, maybe. That'll be my plan. So we're going to kind of see some fun stuff for January. And then I'll do a January flip through later. One thing I did do ahead of time was I did a January page. I did my February page. I did Valentine's Day. This was all like done. There, I did the March with those pretty Jane Davenport stamps again. I did April. I don't think, no I didn't. Oh, my birthday has a full moon. I forget about that. And I think I did, yeah, I did May with some more Jane Davenport stamps. I did June with Delusions paint. And then I did 2 pages like this in June, first day of summer. And then I accidentally wasn't paying attention and I did this page before I did that page. So I'll have 2 really great, pretty blue pages to play with. But that was really all I did for the spreads monthly. I enjoy kind of bulk crafting. So I kind of go and I play and I paint and I stamp and I go and then I have to like take a break. So Hobonichi is great because I can do that in bulk when I want to, or I can do it daily when I want to. So I try to just prep a little bit. That was one struggle I found with my 2018 edition, was that I had prepped so much and set it up so harshly that I had stamps on pages that weren't relevant at all. Like with this, it's just a paint color. It's not a stamp that I'm committed to. Unless it's a holiday where it makes sense, it doesn't make sense for me to have it set up that way. So I'm enjoying how I've set this one up a little bit better. Like I said, one of my focuses of this year is to work on Project Life. My resolution is to do all of 2015 and all of 2016. So I made lists. I went through all of my photos and made lists of events and things. I don't do weekly spreads. I'm not in a place where I can do that yet. It just doesn't make sense. And Hobonichi is also my home for like daily, monthly things. So it's a little bit more real time and not the highlight reel, if that makes sense. So these are going to be more of like highlight reel projects. So we have 2015's list and we have 2016's list. So I made myself a goal of 2015 needs to be done at the end of this Hobonichi, and 2016 will be my back half of the year. We'll see how that goes. The other thing I did was write down my monthly bills on this page, and I grabbed this little sticker from the Happy Planner budget kit. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. And that's from Warren Buffett. And I work in finance, so I appreciate Warren Buffett. And then I gave myself 6-month goals and end of the year goals to pay off 2 cards each set of 6 months, and then to save $5,000 each set of 6 months. So we'll see how that goes. I did not use my timetable or my graph paper. I chart my favorites as I go. I do need to go ahead and put in a movie, actually. I watched Ferdinand, and I thought it was precious. I love Lupe, the comfort goat. If you haven't watched it, it's very cute. And then I used this back page because there were exactly 12 boxes. And I thought, okay, 12 resolutions, 12 boxes, let's go. So I wrote all of my resolutions down, and I used some of that really pretty Tim Holtz distress ink to dress it up a little bit and make it very New Year's-y. So those are my resolutions. Paying off credit cards, doing a craft no spend for a year, other than to restock things. I've already slipped on that massively because I'm doing Studio Calico this year, but so far in the month of January, I have not purchased anything outside of Studio Calico realm. It's really hard to no spend with Studio Calico because they have really cute exclusive stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. I restarted they call it the Documenter Kit, but it's Project Life Kit. I restarted that to cut down on me running around and shopping because they're super smart and that everything that you need is in that box, more or less. So it cuts down on you running around and picking up supplies. Plus, I don't know a lot of craft stores, honestly, that carry ephemera anymore. Like, I know Joann's doesn't. Even my local craft store really kind of doesn't anymore. It's hard to find the same kind of ephemera that they give you. So outside of like buying in a bulk collection from like scrapbook.com or craft show. So it's been really helpful in a way to help me be inspired, but also get through some supplies. So I'll let you guys know how that journey goes. I'm signed up for a year, so we'll see what happens. I'd like to save $10,000 for the year. I like to do a craft trip with my pen pal Taylor Ann. She lives all the way on the other side of the planet. I live in Georgia. She lives in Northern California. So we're a world away, but we really want to do a trip together. I'd like to do an overseas trip. I'd like to model at least 5 times this year because I didn't model any last year. Become a certified life coach. Complete Project Life spreads for 2015 and 2016. Finish some school stuff. I'm doing a lot of continuing education. So I'm working on that. Organizing my office, organizing the basement, everything but the closets. So my mom is a little bit of a craft hoarder and her basement is crazy. The closets in the basement are crazy, but just to like clean everything that's not closet related would be a huge weight off my stepdad's shoulders, her shoulders, and mine. So I'm going to try to make that my goal. Focusing on mental and physical health. I struggle with anxiety and paranoia badly. Really bad relationship and a really bad job did that and sent it into overdrive, and I'm still finding residual damage, and it's not even necessarily prompted by things sometimes. If you're ever on my Instagram or my channel, I look so happy and great, but I definitely break down just like everybody else. So just kind of getting a handle on it, enjoying my daily journaling and getting it out and talking with close friends and being honest with myself and doing yoga and working out and feeling better and drinking water and eating healthy. All those things contribute to your overall physical and mental health. So really focusing on that. I didn't want to create little resolutions and stress myself out. So just having a broad focus on it this year. These pages are all in lovely Japanese. So I don't know what they say, and I don't know what to do with them. The gift thing, I probably won't use. I might make it like a pre-gift list for Christmas planning, maybe, of who and what to buy for, so that I can kind of pre-plan going into October. I have a place for addresses and personal notes that I can't read because they're all in Japanese, that I can kind of decipher and understand or make it work. But yeah, that's my setup and a little bit of ranting to go with it. But you know, you guys tune into this channel and you know you're going to get some ranting with whatever I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it helps you plan your Hobonichi layouts a little bit better. I look forward to doing some flip throughs soon and showing everyone what's going on in the Hobonichi. So I hope to be a little bit more on YouTube this year with all of the projects I'm doing. I'm doing Hobonichi, I'm doing Project Life, and I'm also still doing the Traveler's Notebook with Taylor Ann. So there's lots to play with and focus on and use these supplies through. I hope you guys are enjoying the new year so far, and happy planning.